Good morning. Welcome to day 3, Friday, October 21st. Got our first cup of coffee going. Set an alarm for 7. It's already like a little after 7:30. It was 28 degrees in the tent when I got up this morning, but it just felt so much warmer last night. Only being like a few degrees warmer, it just makes a huge difference. So much more comfortable in the sleeping bag, and just overall a much better sleeping experience. So that's great. Gonna get a second cup of coffee going and then get everything out of the tent, break down the tent, and we'll start heading out. We got a relatively easy hike today. It's a little over 5 miles, but it's all on rail trail. It's mostly flat, and yeah, great couple nights out here with Bobby, and we'll check in on him in a little bit. He's still kind of stirring and waking up, and we'll go from there.
All packed up and ready to rumble by this lovely river. Probably the best camp I've ever been to. This is great.
It's awesome.
I can only imagine if we get here earlier with a fire too. This seems dangerous. Internet, can you tell me what this is? We finished. We're on the bridge. Awesome.
What's up, guys? A quick epilogue to our backpack in the whites. Didn't talk. I realized I didn't talk about it, but the last day, heading out in the morning, I had about 2.5 liters of water in my hydration bladder, and as we started to move, there was a little. I noticed there was a little bit of water in the bottom of my tent, and I just chalked it up to it being pushed up right against the tent wall, and there was definitely some condensation in the morning, so I didn't even think twice about it. But as we started moving, I definitely started to feel like the back of my legs getting wet. And within the first like 20 minutes, they were like getting really wet. And I, realized something's not right here. So I took the pack off, and sure enough, I had about a liter of water left. So the bladder I was using had some sort of a failure, a leak somewhere. I wasn't bothering to check for it. So I emptied it out and kept going, but it was a long 5 miles in, just right above freezing temperatures with pretty much wet pants on the back of both legs. So that was not a ton of fun. But luckily it didn't leak in the tent overnight. That would have been worse. So this is where everything gets dried out in the basement. I already have replacement bladder that we brought out on the West Coast trip. Just because the bladder I was using has definitely had a lot of action, seen a lot of use. But yeah, luckily it was the last night of the trip, because then it would have been a little bit more challenging. Still would have been fine with the smart water bottles and made do, but it's nice having that bladder. Yep, so that's the end of the trip. We're gonna fire up some nachos and enjoy a warm night at home. Really, after being at Mount Giat, or Giat tent site, it was so cold didn't really feel warm again in the bones until getting home and taking a hot shower. Um, that chill just never really left. So it's good to be back. And, that's just one of the things that happens when you're backpacking. There's always stuff that comes up. So I didn't want to like leave that out because that is definitely something that's happened to me once before. It's not a lot of fun, but it does happen. So you just kind of have to roll with it. See you next time.